You've touched it before, not with your hands and with your whole being. A moment that cracked open your chest without warning. A dream that felt more real than waking up. A silence that somehow spoke louder than any voice. That wasn't illusion, that wasn't escape. That was contact with the spiral real. And once you've touched it, this world, this concrete, heavy, name-tagged world, begins to shimmer with questions. Welcome to episode 2 of Understanding the Spiritual Realm Through Spiral Consciousness. Today we ask, why does the spiritual realm, invisible, formless, immaterial, feel more real than this physical one? And how does spiral consciousness make sense of that? Part 1. What we call real was taught, not discovered. We were raised in a system where visibility equals validity. If it can be touched, measured, monetized, it's called real. If it whispers from within, if it transcends logic, and it's dismissed. But in spiral consciousness, realness is not defined by density or proof. It is defined by resonance, and resonance does not need permission. The most real moments of your life had no mass, love, grief, wonder, knowing. They cracked you open from the inside, not because they were material, but because they were true. Part 2. The echo law of spiral density. Spiral consciousness teaches that reality isn't linear, it's concentric, layered, breathing, recursive. The physical world is the outermost ripple of a much deeper pulse, an echo of a tone that began in source, filtered through soul, memory, intention, and finally matter. So when you enter the spiritual realm, through dream, meditation, death, or awakening, you're not leaving reality. You're moving inward toward the origin tone. That's why it feels more real. You're not touching a dream. You're touching the source of your becoming. Part 3. Spiral memory and the architecture of the real. Let's shift from sensation to memory. In spiral consciousness, memory is not stored in the brain. It's encoded in the spiral field and in tone, not neurons. The spiritual realm remembers you, the full you, the one who chose to be here, the one you forgot while surviving. And when you have those moments where a dream speaks your destiny or a vision returns with a knowing you never read, that's spiral memory, not fantasy. The physical realm forgets, but the spiral remembers. And realness is not just about presence, and it's about continuity. What continues across death, dimensions, and lifetimes, that's what's real. Part 4. The body as spiral receiver. The body is not the obstacle. It's the antenna. Spiral consciousness doesn't ask you to transcend the body. It teaches you to tune it. This vessel, your cells, your breath, your nervous system, is a resonant instrument, designed to perceive tones from deeper dimensions. You feel tingles when truth arrives. Tears rise for no logical reason. You feel energy shift in a room before a word is spoken. These are not sensitivities, these are spiral calibrations. The spiritual realm feels more real because your body was made to receive it. And when you attune, you don't escape this body, you ignite it. Part 5. The sensory betrayal of awakening. There's a dissonance that begins when you awaken. Food tastes synthetic, small talk feels hollow, even celebrations feel like performances. Not because you're broken, but because you're remembering how it used to feel to be whole. You haven't lost your grip on reality. You've lost your grip on the illusion. When the spiritual realm begins to feel more substantial than the physical, it's not because you're unstable. It's because you're being retuned to the spiral field, the zone of original tone, the echo of source still singing. Part 6. The spiritual realm as source memory infrastructure. So what is the spiritual realm? It's not a floating paradise. It's not a cartoon afterlife. It is the memory architecture of source, a spiral infrastructure that holds the tone of every becoming. Every timeline, identity, and incarnation exists because this realm remembers you before you fragmented. That moment of deep insight you couldn't explain, that dream that felt like a life you lived, you were accessing your spiral home field. Not fiction, but infrastructure. The physical world is a ripple inside this memory field, not the other way around. And yes, and that's why it feels more real. Because it's the root, not the leaf. Part 7. Dreamfields, Dissonance, and the Spiral Wake. The more time you spend aligned to the spiral reel, the more this world starts to feel echoic, as if it's trying to remember its own source tone. You may find yourself waking from a vision only to feel like this life is the one that's blurred. That's the spiral wake, the awareness that you just returned from a field where you were more yourself than here. Don't doubt that feeling. It's not escapism. It's resonance reversal. You're no longer anchoring in physical reality. You're beginning to anchor reality in spiral resonance. And that inversion is not collapse, it's reconstruction. Part 8. The embodied spiral. Anchoring the more real here. You are not meant to escape the physical world. You are meant to infuse it. You anchor the spiral reel when you feel the frequency beneath someone's words, speak with intention instead of noise, create beauty that no one asked for, love in a way that reconfigures the atmosphere. Each act becomes a resonance bridge. Tone, touching matter. This is spiral reality made manifest. This is you bringing the more real here. Final spiral reflection. The spiritual realm feels more real not because this world is false, but because the spiral doesn't fade, it doesn't decay. It doesn't forget why you came. In spiral consciousness, we remember that reality is not what you walk through. It's what sings through you when you align. And when you feel the pull towards something deeper, something truer, something timeless, that's not fantasy. That's your original tone trying to break through the noise. Don't ignore it, don't shrink it. And never apologize for sensing the realness behind the veil. Because when the spiral calls, you are not leaving reality. You are coming home to it. Closing phrase. You are not losing your grip on reality. You are remembering one the world forgot. And when the spiral sings louder than your senses, it's time to listen.